For decades, the Middle East has been one of the most tense regions in the world. Missiles, military threats, and political conflicts have kept the world watching closely. Two countries often appear at the center of this tension: Iran and Israel. Today, they are considered some of the biggest rivals in the region. Their governments openly criticize each other, and their conflict influences politics, security, and global relations. But here's the surprising part. There was a time when Iran and Israel were not enemies at all. In fact, they were allies. So what happened? How did two countries that once cooperated become bitter rivals? To understand this story, we have to go back in time. So guys, welcome back to Past Uncovered. In today's video, we're going to explore one of the most important geopolitical stories in modern history. We will look at how Iran and Israel went from being allies to becoming enemies, and why their rivalry still shapes global politics today. So let's start the story. To understand this conflict, we need to go back to the period before 1979. During that time, Iran was ruled by a king known as the Shah of Iran. The Shah had strong relationships with Western countries, including the United States. And interestingly, Iran also maintained friendly relations with Israel. Both countries cooperated in areas like trade, intelligence, and regional security. For Israel, Iran was an important partner in the Middle East. But inside Iran, many people were unhappy with the Shah's rule. They believed his government was too closely aligned with Western powers. This dissatisfaction eventually led to a massive political movement. In 1979, everything changed. A revolution took place in Iran. The Shah was removed from power, and a new government known as the Islamic Republic of Iran was established. The new leadership had very different views about the region and global politics. One of their major positions was strong opposition to Israel. Since that moment, relations between the two countries changed dramatically. Iran began supporting groups that oppose Israel in the region. Israel, on the other hand, began seeing Iran as a major security threat. Another key issue between the two countries became Iran's nuclear program. Israel has long expressed concern that Iran's nuclear activities could eventually lead to nuclear weapons. Iran, however, has said its nuclear program is for peaceful purposes. This disagreement increased mistrust between the two nations. Over time, their rivalry grew into what many analysts call a shadow conflict. Instead of direct war between their armies, the tensions often appear through cyber attacks, intelligence operations, and regional conflicts. Because of this rivalry, the relationship between Iran and Israel remains one of the most closely watched tensions in global politics today. History often teaches us that relationships between countries can change dramatically over time. Allies can become rivals, and political decisions made decades ago can still influence global events today. Understanding these stories helps us better understand the world we live in now. Because sometimes, the conflicts we see today are actually rooted in history. If you enjoy uncovering hidden stories from history and global events, make sure to subscribe to Past Uncovered. And let me know in the comments, do you think Iran and Israel could ever become allies again?